Today we're going to be looking at this new revision of the H5 case from NZXT. This is the 2024 version. There is also a 2022 version, and they're called exactly the same thing, so no one is going to get confused with that at all, are they? Well, this new version does have some new key features, and we're going to have a look at those today. The NZXT H5 FLOW 2024 refresh brings some key improvements over the 2022 and 2023 models, making it an even better choice for airflow and cooling. Available in black or white, it now offers room for 3 fans on the front and a new mesh bottom area that enhances airflow intake, especially for cooling your GPU. This mid-tower case is designed for optimal airflow, with a front mesh panel and a spacious interior that supports clean cable management. You can go for a minimalist look or opt for the RGB version to light up your build. The packaging is simple, a brown box with black text and colour stickers indicating whether it's the RGB version or not. Inside, the case is well protected and you'll find a manual and a small box containing screws and plastic cable ties. The top of the case has a removable mesh panel as well as an I/O panel that includes 2 USB 3.2 ports, one which is type A and one which is type C. An extra one would have been ideal, but you've only got one of each. You also got a combined 3.5mm headphone jack and a power button. The front panel features fine mesh that helps with airflow while reducing the need for dust filters, and is easily removable for cleaning. One of the big improvements in this 2024 model is that the front now supports up to 3 fans, improving cooling options compared to earlier versions. On the side you have a tempered glass panel which is clear on the white case and tinted on the black version, and takes up around 75% of the side, allowing a clear view of your components. Below the glass there is a mesh section for airflow to your power supply unit. The new mesh bottom area allows more air intake from underneath, providing additional cooling to your graphics card. The back of the case is pretty standard with 7 expansion slots, a pre-installed non-RGB fan and a PSU cutout. NZXT also offer an optional vertical GPU mount if you wish. Inside, the case provides plenty of cable management options, including holes and a beam to hide cabling. Velcro ties and channels help keep things neat. There's also a removable drive bay at the bottom that supports either 2.5-inch SSDs or 1 SSD and a 3.5-inch hard drive. The RGB version of the case comes with a pre-installed 360mm RGB unit called the F360 Core at the front, and a non-RGB 120mm fan, which is the F120Q, at the rear. However, there is no built-in RGB controller, so you'll need to purchase one separately if you want to expand the lighting. Fan and radiator support. On the front of the case you can install up to 3 120mm fans or 2 140s. On the top you can install 2 120s or 2 140s. On the bottom you can only install 2 120mm fans, and that's on the power supply shroud. On the rear a 120mm fan, and on the front radiators up to 360mm, and on the top up to 280mm. One thing to note if installing radiators at the top, it is a little bit compact, and I wouldn't advise installing any radiators which are thicker than 55mm including the fan, otherwise you may have issues with it contacting your RAM and other components. Compatibility wise, the case supports a CPU cooler height of up to 170mm, a graphics card length up to 410mm, a power supply length up to 200mm, and you have 28.7mm of cable management depth at its deepest point. There are a few potential issues. One is a lack of USB ports on the top. You've only got one A and one C. Another issue is the mesh power supply shroud is see-through, obviously with it being mesh, meaning cables may be seen if not managed properly. Additionally, the power supply will need to be installed upside down with the fan facing upwards, so branding on the power supply might be upside down. We would also recommend that you get a power supply that matches the colour of the case you purchase, otherwise it will stand out. Lastly, if you don't install the bottom mounted fans, the audio cable could be visible because it is multicoloured on the end. In conclusion, the NZXT H5 FLOW RGB 2024 refresh is a solid improvement over the 2022 and 2023 models. The added front fan space and the mesh bottom allow for better airflow, particularly benefiting GPU cooling. While there are some minor design quirks like the see-through PSU shroud, the case excels in both aesthetics and functionality. With its increased airflow capacity, flexible fan support and stylish design, it's an excellent choice for both minimalist and RGB focused builders looking for a high performance setup. I hope you enjoyed this video, and know I did. Why not check out one of our other videos by clicking this box up here or this one just down here. Otherwise, you can give us a thumbs up, like, subscribe, comment below, let us know what you think, and we'll see you next time.